Welcome to the G.I.F.T.S podcast, where I help you unlock the keys to a vibrant, fulfilling life. Hi, I'm your host, Elaine Lombardi, and I invite you to join me today as I reflect on the life built so far and to gently explore the deeper desires within you for what comes next.
Hello, Elaine, and welcome to your Dreamworks interview. What dream would you like to explore in our time together today?
I was traveling and I was spending quite a bit of time taking care of myself and just tuning into what I wanted this last part of my vacation to be. And it was about self-care and self-love. And as I thought about this, these words came, and they were like gratitude was one of them, how you have to start your day with gratitude. And then after that, it was, well, you need intention. Intention in your day is so important to have that and have it come from your intuition, your intuitive intention. And then I thought about, well, how can I use that to better my life? And I started to think about my family and my friends and the relationships and how I could use that to really strengthen that core belief in me that family is so much a part of me and has been a part of me for, oh my gosh, well, forever actually. But I've been married for 51 years. We've raised 4 children. I have 10 grandchildren. I have a great grandchild now. You know, that whole family unit has been so important to me. And that comes, I think, from my mother's side. She was very, very family oriented, but not like me. It was very, very different. She lived for her family. I gave them wings. I gave my family wings, and to me, seeing them out in the world on their own and not dependent on us, but yet have those roots, I felt is so very, very important. And so although she gave me that family meaning, she didn't give me the family that I then created, co-created really with my husband. And we are so in tuned in that way. And that gives me the stability, I think, and the groundedness that I've needed in my life that's made this such a wonderful pairing. And I bring more of the vibrance, the doing things. And he did that for a while with me, but then he got tired. He says, I've had enough of the wild side, and he's more settled down now. We're older. I'm 72 and he's 75. So we're in those golden, retirement type years, but I'm not there yet. I want to still do things. I'm not done exploring the world. In fact, I feel that sometimes I am just getting started. I was, a lot of the times I was a stay-at-home mom. Later in life, I did become a holistic health coach. I've done other modalities such as, Reiki. I've dealt a little bit in that. But I never had the opportunity to explore it as much as I wanted to, because during that period of time, I became a caregiver for my mother. And that took a lot out of me. It gave me a lot. I did write my first book about that. I called it, it's a caregiver's guide. And the title is actually interesting. The title is Hurricane Lucy.
Huh.
Yeah, a caregiver's guide. And I turned that whole experience into, well, how can I help other women or other caregivers, really, not just women? And I did book tours and speaking engagements and things like that. It was a very difficult time. It was like, the empty nest and like, where is my place? Then I started to pick myself back up. I figured out a way to bring in some money. What happened was I was always able to start a business where no matter what I did, I could pull it together. But I wanted something quick and easy, and I knew that I could make some money fast. So I started teaching piano. Now, here's the thing. I am not good at playing the piano, but I know theory so well. So what I did was I put these kids in books, and I knew what I was doing, and I was so good at it. And I did that for a whole year. And at one point I thought, well, these kids are going to pass me up at some point. But I had earned enough money to buy myself, what I was going to do is going to buy myself this road trek RV and, be able to travel. But that didn't happen. What happened was we were at my youngest son's wedding, and I had money in hand. I had the RV picked out. I was going to buy it the next day, and my kids go, Mom, what are you doing? Why would you do that? You've already traveled with Dad. You've already taken so many road trips. We've been cross country a couple of times together. Why do you want to do that? Well, I needed to get away. I needed to find my own self. And they said, well, go to Europe. You've always wanted to go to Italy. Go. Even if Dad doesn't want to go, go. And as soon as they said that, even if Dad doesn't want to go, something like clicked in me. And I'm going to go, yeah, that makes sense. I had the money, but I didn't want to spend the money on one trip because I figured, and that's it for me. I'll have to come back, I have to start all over again, And I said, but if I had an RV, that would last me a long time. But this was a little bit before my Social Security would kick in. And so once that kicked in, that could kind of sustain me, and I could take little trips. And it was easy for me. So I was trying to take the easy route. But they said, no, Mom, go for the gold. So I did. But what I did is I said, I'm not going to use my money. I'm going to see how can I do this? So I came up with the name Travel Grandma. And I went on these websites, and they were kind of like workaway programs. So I promoted myself as a travel grandma and get host families to host me, and I'll be a grandma in their house for a month in their country. And that's exactly what I did. I lined all these people up. My first one was in Spain. It was in Madrid, Spain. And then I did another one in Barcelona. I did some in the UK. I mean, I was everywhere. Belgium. My husband was totally fine with this. And the money was lasting because then my Social Security check kicked in. I had that monthly money, and all I had to do was come up with money for my plane fares, to each different destinations. And here I was staying with families. It was wonderful because it was almost like I had built-in tour guides. I had a place to live. I had food. They fed me, and for a few hours a day that I took care of their children. A lot of times it was more like teaching English to them or helping them. They just wanted an American in their home as an influence for their children. And so that's what I basically was. I went to Egypt, and then after Egypt, I went to Croatia, and I was going to go back. I was going to go back into Germany, but I got sick. So luckily I had travel insurance, so they flew me home. Um, I was home for quite a while, and then I finally got an RV and a minivan, and I fixed that up, turned it into a whole camper thing.
It's gone through several different configurations since I started. From just stowing the seats, buying a dresser, throwing an old ottoman that I thought I could sleep on in the back, and just going for it. Well, things have changed since I started. And as I traveled cross country on a solo trip, I learned a lot. I not only learned what I liked and didn't like about traveling by myself, I also learned what I liked and didn't like about the way that I set up my van. Oh, I've been able to make a lot of changes while still on the road. But once I got home, boy, did I rip into this thing like no tomorrow.
So I'm on these trips for a couple of years. So this is when this whole, these keys, I called them the 5 golden keys, came about. Okay, it's really time for me to go home because I think I really got something here.
Yeah.
Because then I came up with, after the family, I came up with wisdom, treasured wisdom. And this whole storyline came to my mind. And then after that, it was like, but it started with self-care. And so I came up with, I'm just going to show you this, calling it the G.I.F.T.S method. And here are all the keys and that's like the acronym for my story. And I thought, well, how can I turn this into a program? And that's what I've been working on.
And there's P, the G's gratitude.
Gratitude,
intention.
I is intuition, intention. F would be for family. I'm calling it family and friends, relationships. T is for your treasured wisdom. And I really mean like a treasure chest of wisdom that we hold. All those, and they're gifts, really. And then the S is for your self-love and your self-care. And so this is my framework. And the scene is you're on a ship and you're the master of this ship. It's like more kind of like a pirate ship. And you go to all these islands, and on these islands there's the treasure chest. And each island is named like the island of gratitude. And what is in your chest of gratitude? What is there for you to grasp and take in and give to the world? And then you go to the island of intention, and you find your intuition in that treasure chest. And then you go to the other islands, all named like that. And then I thought, well, what if I went with something like, you have a passion, then you take that passion and you package it with purpose. And then that purpose, you turn that into prosperity for yourself. And I thought that could be a whole program. I think my dream is to create this program that can work for so many instances, as one unit that can serve for so many things. So that's my dream. I'm still working on that.
And there's 5 golden keys, and passion purpose and prosperity.
Yeah.
Dream is to create this program that can work for so many instances. It's been wonderful to hear your journey and the passion behind your vision for this business. And I'm wondering if there's anything that you might have realized or become more sure of about this dream. Anything come up for you?
It's a really good idea. I should pursue this.
And
So.
it's a really good idea. And you should do this. It's the G.I.F.T.S method.
Yes, it is the G.I.F.T.S method. Thank you so much for the interview.
If you enjoyed this episode, here's the next one to listen to or watch on my G.I.F.T.S podcast YouTube channel playlist.